Each year on January 17th, or each year on the third Monday in January. On January 17th this year, Dr. King, influenced civil rights leader best known for his work and racial equality and ending segregation in the United States, is remembered and celebrated on this day, which we love Dr. King, hashtag MLKing. Now let's take a timeline. January 15th, the birth of Dr. King, is born in Atlanta, Georgia. And May 17th, 1957, King makes his first address to the nation, Give Us the Ballot, at the prayer pilgrimage of the freedom at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. August 28th, 1963, I Have a Dream speech delivers. I Have a Dream speech at the Lincoln Memorial, and 200,000 demonstrators participate in the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. And December 10th, 1964, the ultimate prize. King wins the Nobel Peace Prize. April 14th, 1968, tragedy strikes. After delivering his final speech, I've been to the mountaintop, the Memphis, on that day before King is shot and killed in the balcony of Lorraine Motel. Stevie Wonder calls for action. Stevie Wonder released his Happy Birthday song, in which not only celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, but also laments the fact that anyone would oppose the idea of Dr. King holiday. The first day, 1986, Martin Luther King, the day is observed for the first time. In 2000, Unity, Martin Luther King, is a day to observe all 50 states for the first time. Thank you. You know, I'm going to sit here and be honest with you. Growing up, I was hearing these stories, and I always wondered why Dr. King didn't fight. And I met someone who walked with Dr. King, and he told me, he said Dr. King wanted to come out and fight. He said, but it would have been a bloodbath. It would have been a bloodbath, he said. And he said that's what made Dr. King go for peace. Now, I don't know how true it is, but that's somebody that walked with him, and they knew. So, I just want to thank you for listening, and if you know someone who walked with Dr. King, please leave the comments below. Elementary School Teacher Day, January 17th, 2022. Elementary School Teacher Day is celebrated on January 17th every year to appreciate the people who work with children in their formative years. Now let's look at the timeline. Elementary School Teacher Day timeline. 1647. The first elementary schools are first promoted in Massachusetts Bay Colony. Primary schools enters the English language in 1802. In 1875, Japan gets elementary schools. Elementary schools in Japan are established for students between ages 6 and 12. In 1944, primary education becomes free. In the UK, free elementary education is proposed for students over 11. That is awesome. Let's look at what National Today asks. What makes a good elementary teacher? Great teachers are warm, accessible, enthusiastic, and caring. Teachers with these qualities are known to stay after school and make themselves available to students and parents who need them. They are involved in school-wide communities and activities, and they demonstrate a commitment to the school. What skills do elementary school teachers need? Elementary school teachers must be patient, able to collaborate with other teachers, explain new concepts, engage students in learning, manage classrooms, adapt lessons, work with diverse backgrounds, and be a leader. What is the difference between elementary and primary school? Primary school is a variation of elementary school and are more commonly used in the United Kingdom. It usually covers 1st to 6th grade. The teacher, and a lot of my classmates are teachers that I know. Thank you for being a teacher. Thank you for being out there. Celebrate with your children and go down memory lane. Those are some of the things that you could do to help celebrate, elementary school teacher day. This goes out to all my moonshiners out there. Where my moonshiners at? Stand up, baby. This your day. National Bootleggers Day, January 17, 2022. National Bootleggers Day is celebrated every year on January 17th. Let's take a look at the National Bootleggers timeline. The term bootlegger is born in the 1880s. In the Midwest, cowboys and such would conceal flasks of liquor in their boots when they would go to trade with Native American, hence the term bootlegger. 1920, Prohibition becomes into effect. On January 17th, Prohibition effectively bans and outlaws the manufacture, distribution, and sale of alcohol in the U.S. In 1933, Prohibition laws are repealed. The laws outlawing liquor come to an end in the U.S. In 2006, Templeton Rye is legally stocked. Templeton Rye whiskey is put back on the shelves of liquor stores legally this time. In 2015, National Bootleggers Day is founded. The Infinium Spirits found National Bootleggers Day to celebrate the illegal birth of Templeton Rye whiskey and daring the smugglers to spread its fame across the U.S. Templeton Rye is pretty good. All right, thank you for helping to celebrate National Bootleggers Day, where we're going to go out and we're going to bootleg tonight, baby. Now, here are a few questions you can ask yourself. Why did the U.S. ban alcohol? The aim of introducing a nationwide prohibition of alcohol from 1920 to 1933 was to see if social issues like the rate of crime and corruption would be impacted positively. Alcoholism does tend to lead to social ills like unemployment, petty crime, poverty, and like hence prohibition seemed like the cure-all for these. Banning alcohol also would serve to promote healthier lifestyles, standards of hygiene. Who was the most famous bootlegger? I would say one of the Kennedys. George Remus, a lawyer and pharmacist by day, bootlegger by night, was one of the most famous American bootleggers during the Prohibition. He was commonly known as the King of Bootleggers. Today is Ditch Your New Year's Resolution Day on January 17th, 2022. So if you want to ditch your resolution, you know what to do. Grab some ice cream, grab some, skip out on the workout, do all the bad stuff that you're not supposed to do. So we're not going to even get into that. Stick to your resolution. Keep living healthy, baby. You want to be strong. You want to be strong, baby. Yeah. Wepet, Winpet. Ancient Egyptians celebrate Wepet, Winpet, which means opening of the year. 46 BC. Julian calendar. Julius Caesar invents a new calendar and declares January 1st as the first day of the new year. I resolve not to. Scottish writer Anne Halkett writes down pledges in her diary and titles them resolutions. First time to print. The first ever recorded use of the term New Year's resolution is published in the Boston newspaper. Hey, we can change this right here. January 1st is not the first day of the new year, people. The new year begins in spring, and that's when I'm going to start celebrating it. Thank you. What is Quitter's Day? The second Friday in January, known as Quitter's Day, as the most likely day the people give up on their New Year's resolution. How long does New Year's resolution usually last? 80% of all resolutions from the new year fail or given up on the second week of February. Drastic changes to your lifestyle are hard to keep track of and keep up with. What percentage of New Year's resolutions last throughout the year? On average, only 8% of Americans succeed in sticking to their resolutions until the end of the year.